Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and this is...
Garibay.
All right, so I'm Gen X. You guys have met my daughter Autumn, and she is a millennial. Tala is a Zoomer, Generation Z. And today we're going to talk about something that I think has very distinct, powerful analogies to, and I think will really have very direct impacts, already is having direct impacts on American politics, which is...
K-pop.
That's exactly right. So, Tala, if people don't know, what is K-pop?
So, K-pop is Korean pop, specifically from South Korea.
What's North Korean pop like? What's N-pop like?
There isn't North
there
Korean
isn't.
pop.
Right, exactly. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a lot of fans of N-pop. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that's basically a good... And one thing about K-pop is, as they are specifically in, like, different groups. Groups are a big thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're split into girl groups and boy groups, mainly.
It is pretty gendered. It's more gendered than you would see in America. And also, tell me if I'm wrong, but in America, girl groups are fairly unusual. I can think of the Bangles. I can think of the Bangles, right? There doesn't seem to be a lot of girl groups, but how common are girl groups in K-pop?
Extremely common.
Exactly.
I mean, I feel like America just doesn't, like groups used to be, like, a big thing more, like...
Absolutely.
Like, back then, but now, there really isn't a group right now that I can think of. Like,
it's really, not at all.
Mm.
So what does K-pop have to do with American politics? Well, I'll tell you right now. So one of the things is, I work in tech, and in tech, there's something called a SME, a subject matter expert. And Tala has quickly become a SME, subject matter expert on K-pop. And my kids have all kinds of different pastimes, and I try to pay attention to them. And I turned on my favorite A-pop, Taylor Swift, and I was watching, and I was like, hey, Tala, check out this cool new video of Taylor Swift. And I was like, that pretty much blew you away, right? Right, Tala? And she said, yeah. And I was like, what? And I was like, didn't you see the dancing and the choreography? And, like, all the dancing alone should have been impressive to you, right? Because I know you like to dance. And she's like, and she showed me K-pop. And here's what you need to know about K-pop and American politics. America don't get passed on nothing, right? That is not generic, okay? So, yes, Italy, they beat us in spaghetti, right? And Russia, they beat us in vodka. And... whatever country you want to pick, Greece, yeah, they make bitter gyros, okay? Whatever, right? But choreography is universal. And when it comes to choreography, dance execution, and presentation of music, Korea has thoroughly left America in the dust. I have never seen America left so far behind in an industry the way K-pop has surged past America. We are a decade behind them in choreography, dance execution, and presentation of music. And I think the vast majority of you don't know what I'm talking about because you have not seen this firsthand. It is growing quickly. It is huge. And America don't get past very often. But right now, South Korea is a decade in front of us. And we have a lot of catching up to do. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, and I think... definitely. And I think it's because as Korea, it's obvious that they love America, and
True.
American things while you watch. And I think they took all the inspiration and what America's done and taken that for their own and then, just skyrocketed with it. And specifically because they didn't, their laws and, their social, the social circles and how their society works is different from America, allowing them to pass through, pass us in presentation.
And the depth of it, you really should check out K-pop because it is astounding. Just the level of execution on the music, it really is amazing. It's like if you never ate a taco, right? Like, and somebody tried to explain it to you, it would just be the explanation would be so far from the reality, and you really need to check this out. It's really something unique and special. One thing that really blew me away is how deep this goes, right? So, do you remember the archery and what do they have in K-pop that they do not have in A-pop?
They have K-pop Olympics.
I swear to you, it's like if Billie Eilish Greco-Roman wrestled Taylor Swift. You think that's an exaggeration. It's not. It exists, and it is insane and so cool, and America has nothing like it. It is just crazy, but crazy awesome. All right, Tala, I have witnessed so many incredible, weird, strange, beautiful, amazing moments because I've been getting into K-pop with you, but one of the most unusual is chairing. Can you explain chairing? And then we're going to talk about Joe Biden and chairing.
So, chairing is when a K-pop member gets injured and cannot dance. But they are still on stage. They are put in a chair off to the side. And they will sing every part they have and sometimes do little hand motions of the dance while all the other girls are singing and dancing.
It's amazing. And I had never seen anything like it. So Tala was watching one of her K-pop videos. I came in, and I become a moderate K-pop fan. Like, my favorite bands are, I would say, my favorite K-pop groups are BlackPink. I like Twice. I like Red Velvet. I like MomoLand. Yeah, and then a few others. But so we were watching one, and can you remember any of the bands specifically that did chairing?
Yeah. So there was a Twice.
Right. That's one of your favorite bands,
yes.
Correct? Yeah.
Actually, one of their members was just completely they weren't on stage, and one of them was chaired, and her name was Gio.
And it's incredible because here's a person, and K-pop is so much about dance. The vocals really take a back seat to dance, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's fair? Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And so basically, but when they chair somebody, they're on stage. They cannot dance. And they're on stage with the other presenters, with the other dancers, right? And I think that's exactly what we saw with Biden and with Bernie. And we absolutely saw it with Mike Bloomberg. And we saw it with... people were chaired for different reasons. I think Biden and Bernie were chaired literally for their age. Bloomberg and Steyer were chaired for their wealth. They were like, I'm not going to dance around and sweat. I'll just skip all the handshaking. I'll skip all the baby kissing. I'll skip all the standing out in the hot sun. And they just sat in a chair while everybody danced for the campaign, right? And what's amazing is, in America, I've never seen this done with any American group ever.
Well, they don't have to dance.
Yeah. And this isn't like a person who, this isn't like a performer sitting on a stool to do a single song. Everybody else is dancing, right? Like, and that person, they'll just cut the camera to him. It's completely unprecedented in American music. And again, you really need to look at K-pop because you have no idea what's coming in American music. They are a decade ahead of us. Clearly. And it's really important to pay attention here because America don't get past in nothing. When Tala told me that Taylor Swift's dance video, that the choreography and the dancing in it were, she didn't use this, but like she was like, and I knew she was saying, it's trash, Dad, right? Like, and I thought, how dare you? America doesn't get passed in anything, right? It was so, like when I saw what K-pop groups could do. It's the difference between 100 hours of practice and 1,000 hours of practice. It's like watching LeBron James play Matt Damon in basketball. It's ridiculous how far ahead they are, right? And not just in dance, but in choreography and in presentations. Their stages are massive. They cover entire arenas in 3 dimensions. They have screens everywhere. They have screens on the ceilings, on the floors, data caves. Like, you have not seen anything like this, right? And the reason why it's important for us is K-pop is bringing a message to people, right? And everything that's in K-pop now, you will see in 2024, right? Quick cuts, different clothes. I cannot.
So many.
Why didn't a single, now that we are doomed to these 2 possible 80-year-old presidents, why didn't a single young American just wear a freaking hoodie and a pair of shoes and a decent pair of Nike SBs on stage? I talked about it 3 to 6 months ago, right? And they're like, no, let's keep it traditional. Let's put all the men in navy suits, and let's and all the women are going to be in pantsuits, and everything's going to be, just normal, right? And of course, every young person in the world was like, that person looks like my dad's accountant. I'm not going to watch any of this. It's crazy, right? So this chairing thing. So here's where we are with Biden. Biden's in a chair. Like, he's not dancing for nobody. And he caught a break, and so did Bernie. They don't have to campaign now. Why?
Well, because of the COVID-19 virus.
Exactly.
It gives them an excuse.
Yeah, exactly. They were getting away with it before, and if you think I'm wrong that Biden wasn't chairing, did he do Joe Rogan? Did he do long-form interviews? Did he do interviews from podcasts? Did he do interviews from anybody who was outside the establishment? Nothing. He chaired. He sat in a chair while everybody else danced. It was crazy. So, and in America, you can't get away with that. But in K-pop, they actually do have a space for that. and actually, in that world where you're not looking for a leader, I actually think it was really gracious and cool. But Biden is definitely chaired, and we're about to see our first chaired candidate sitting down and pretending to dance, right? And he caught a break because now he's not going to have to stand under the hot sun, because there's going to be a legit excuse for it. But it is absolutely fascinating. I am really, really fascinated by presentation. So K-pop is better at presenting music than anything I've seen in America. Politics is all about optics. And one of the things that K-pop is really good at is presenting the same song in different ways. Can you talk? And right now, our candidates, we just watched Andrew Yang. He talked about UBI in the same way on television, on podcasts, on the radio. He had the same message a million different times. What are some of the ways that K-pop brings out the same song and gives a visual flourish in a different way? Can you think of any?
Well, definitely. Like, there's so many stage performances. And they do that by different outfits. They'll have, like, sometimes they'll be wearing all the same outfit, and sometimes they'll have themes in their outfits. Like, I know you who see that, like, 80s rock bands.
Exactly.
And, like, that style is very popular.
Yeah. So you're exactly right. So we watch K-pop videos together, and I'll go, oh, Tala, that's Def Leppard. Tala, she's like, why would they be wearing a shirt where a cat can't hear? And I was like, well, that was a big thing in the 80s. Cats that couldn't hear, right? AC/DC, and K-pop really are huge. K-pop community is a big fan of American music, but they have definitely surpassed us. A lot of, it's like Days of Thunder, Drift, and Slingshot. Like, we are way behind, right? And again, this is a big deal because America don't fall behind in anything. And if we do get left behind, we should be paying hyper close attention on how they did it, right? But so we talked about stage performances. That's where they will go onto these huge arenas and perform live for thousands of people, right? What are some, and they'll video that, and then we'll watch these. We watch stage performances. What other kind of presentations do they have?
So there's every single song has the stage performance, a main music video,
right?
Oh, and then a practice video.
Absolutely. And so, what are the differences between stage, main, and practice? How do they vary How do they vary? Go right ahead.
So, for a main video, there's...
Wait, I'm sorry. Listen carefully, because this is going to be important in 2024. Are the people who just campaigned, the 27 candidates who got beaten by Biden and Bernie, they should have been watching K-pop, because they were so lazy and their presentation was so bad, right? They did so little to inspire the youth that this is why Biden and Bernie, those two sad sacks that are going to guarantee us our first 80 to 86-year-old president, this is why we're in this situation. Listen to the variance that the message gets for K-pop music that 27 candidates were too lazy to emulate in American politics. Hit it.
So for a main music video, it's like the big thing that everyone looks forward to because it's the first release of the song. And it has amazing sets and tells almost a story. And one of the things is that in ITZY does this particularly, where they'll put each member like in a separate place and then tie them all together by them doing something.
Absolutely. What is the stage version in American politics? It's the campaign ad. And most campaign ads just had name calling against their opponents and literally photoshopped like pictures of robots and a million other things. The most laziest, most ridiculous nonsense you could ever imagine. And it's why candidates as weak as Bernie and Biden, literally a decade past retirement, could defeat 27 Democrat candidates. Stage, yeah. What's next?
So that was the main video. Stage is when they're on stage performing like a actual like on a concert. They would be dancing, and there will be like screens behind them, and sometimes there will be even themes that kind of correlate to their music video.
It's incredible. So again, you had 27 candidates who had gigantic screens surrounding them everywhere they went that would visually punch their message. In 2024, no one will be missing this, right? What's the last one? My favorite. Go right ahead.
That it's the practice videos, and the practice videos are just in like the company's is like just a room they have, and then they just have the song playing, and then they'll record them in casual clothing. Right. And doing the choreography, and it's a fixed camera. That's the only time there's a fixed camera.
How much time and attention do you think goes into the practice videos?
I definitely less than the stage and music videos, but a lot, especially with their clothing.
Exactly. And that's one of the things too, is calculating what the camera catches in the casual shots. And again, the sheer lack of laziness, ineffectiveness that was shown for 27 candidates is just shocking. Like, basically, those 27 candidates let America be robbed because of their lack of innovation, and that literally is being used in K-pop non-stop and to incredible effect. Let's map Trump, Biden, and Bernie to specific K-pop groups. Do it up.
So for Biden, I would go with Twice, because Biden is definitely like from what we've seen, Biden is ahead and almost could definitely just sweep the Democratic votes. And they're Twice because Twice is like, especially in Korea, is huge, and they are very family friendly and cute. Oh, and just like Biden.
That's great.
Just like Biden, and how he's not as hardcore as
that's true.
As Bernie.
Yeah.
Since Bernie has like socialism, more people are willing to stick with Biden.
That's fantastic. This is spot on. Who is Bernie?
Bernie is BlackPink.
Amen. Ding, ding, ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Incredible. Why?
Because BlackPink is they're very innovative, and they're a bit almost edgy.
Yes. Yeah, in your
especially
face,
compared-
a little angry. Exactly.
Yeah.
Kill This Love is like their number one, probably one of their number one hits. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And for Trump, you might not get this immediately, but MomoLand. And not because
Well, he is
of
bananas. Sorry.
MomoLand had
In
a
some
song.
of the things he says. Go ahead.
MomoLand had a song called Banana Cha Cha.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of my favorites. Go ahead.
It's great. Not because of their songs, but there's been major controversy about like how their songs like are very similar. Like their first two songs,
Oh, wow.
Boom Boom and Bam, which the titles are almost identical. We're very similar, and people don't like it, or people absolutely love it. And
That's very like Trump.
Yeah, definitely
You know
like
what?
how the love-hate relationship.
I was gonna
Trump.
attempt to do my mapping, but yours are so spot on. We're done. All right. Hey, thank you very much for letting us explain how K-pop is the future of 2024, and every candidate should be paying hyper close attention to K-pop, and you should pay hyper close attention to K-pop because it's some of the best music on the planet. All that's my opinion, and some of that is
my opinion.
Thank you for letting us share this with you today. Have a wonderful millennium.